Hi, welcome to our math. Today I'm doing a series of videos on equations of lines and other fun things with lines and linears. Okay, I have 3 problems and I want to write the equation of each of these lines. The first one is ridiculously easy. What I would love is for my students to see that the slope is 0, and if the slope is 0, it's a horizontal line, and if it's a horizontal line, it's y equals 5. And fiend. I don't really expect it. If I do y minus y sub 1 equals mx minus x sub 1, which is point slope form, it's my favorite way to enter a line, I have y minus 5 equals 0, x minus a negative 3. Minus a negative just becomes plus a positive. Remember, 0 times anything is 0, so that I have y minus 5 equaling 0, and I can add the 5 over, and y is equal to 5. And we're done. All right. For my next 2 problems, I'm going to have to calculate the slope first. The slope of a line is found by doing y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Now, what these little subsets mean is, in an ordered pair, it's xy. It's xy. But now we have 2 x's and 2 y's, and how are we ever to tell them apart? Numbers written down below are just information. It's like having a blue folder for math and a green folder for English. It's color coordinated so that when you look in your book bag, you can tell which folder to grab out. Same thing with subsets. This is my first ordered pair, so I put little 1's there so I can tell that it's the first point. And this is the second one, so I'm going to put little 2's so I know that's the second point. So m equals y sub 2, which is a 1, minus y sub 1, which is 5, all over x sub 2, which is negative 5, minus x sub 1, which is a negative 10, minus a negative plus a positive. This is a negative 4/5. By the way, if you need to memorize this little bad boy and you're thinking, how am I ever to memorize it? Just sing it to row, row, row your boat. Slope is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Yay! All right, that's the song for the day. Now I'm going to go into my point slope form again. So, sorry, a little bit of an earthquake there. Y minus y sub 1 is 5, equals negative 4/5 x minus a negative 10. Okay, because 5 goes into 10, I'm going to short circuit this a little by distributing my slope. If you don't like dealing with fractions and integers, multiply the 5 over. I'll do that on my next example so you can see how that works. Y minus 5 equals negative 4/5 x, and I'm going to write this all out. Negative 4/5 times 10 over 1. 5 goes into 10 twice, so y minus 5 equals negative 4/5 x. Let's see, negative 4 times 2 is a minus 8. I can add 5 to both sides. Y is equal to negative 4/5 x minus 3. Okay. Next example. Again, pause, try it yourself. Slope. Y equals, let's see, x1, y1, x2, y2. Slope is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Hey, okay, so this is a negative 1. This is a negative 6, which becomes a positive 1/6. Never leave 2 negatives in a fraction. There's no reason to do that. It's going to make your life much, much harder to do that. Make them both positive. Okay, so y minus y sub 1, y minus 8 equals 1/6 x minus x sub 1, x minus 4. 6 doesn't go into 4, so I'm going to multiply 6 to both sides. When I multiply, I can only multiply to the number outside the parentheses. I can't multiply into the parentheses until I use the distributive property, and this step is not the distributive property. When you have a number with parentheses, you cannot add, subtract, multiply, or divide in or out of those parentheses as long as there is a jailer, a number outside of the parentheses. 6 times y minus 8. The 6's cancel, equals 1 times x minus 4. Now I will distribute. 6y minus 48 equals, because it's a 1, parentheses fall away. I'm going to add 48 to both sides. 6y equals x plus 44. And then I'm going to divide each term individually by 6. Those cancel. I can leave it as x over 6 or 1/6 x. This I need to reduce, so I'm going to divide it 2 out of top and bottom, so I have 22 thirds. And this problem is pretty much as hard as it gets. We had everything from having to find the slope, to having to clear the fraction, down to having to reduce the answer at the end. All right, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks!